Bands and musicians have traveled America's back roads for decades, entertaining those who sit on bar stools along the way. Tonight, we introduce you to America's bands and musicians right here in Central Illinois. This is Clubhouse Lounge Radio's Backroads N Barstools.
Welcome into another episode of Backroads N Barstools on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. I'm your host, Keith Gibson. Alongside me today is special guest, Bordertown and Company from over in Vermilion County here in Illinois. We appreciate them joining us here in the Clubhouse Lounge Radio studios. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Let's start by introducing yourselves and the band, and we're going to get to know them a lot better here within the next hour here on Backroads N Barstools. But go ahead, guys, introduce yourself.
My name's Tyler Young. I'm the lead vocalist for Bordertown.
My name is Kylan. I'm the lead guitar player.
I'm Josh. I play bass.
This is Jarrett, and I play the drums.
All right, so there we go. Now you have met Bordertown and Company, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Guys, I've known Tyler for a long time. Just got to meet you guys this evening. It's a pleasure to have you. I'm glad you're here, and got some drinks, and we're kicking back and just relaxing. But Tyler, you're lead vocalist. You guys have got some great music out. How long have you been singing? I know it's been a few years now.
Yeah, it kind of started when I got out of the service. Just came home, started hitting karaoke bars with my mom and hanging out and having a good time and singing, and just came out to be a group of people that was like, man, you're pretty good at this stuff. So kind of started taking it a little bit more seriously, and I've been writing for a long time, since probably when I was little, and I just never really had the confidence to get up in front of people until I had maybe a little bit of liquid courage and got out there and let it shine, and it just started from there. So probably, I don't know, 5-10 years of actually getting in front of people.
Now, a side note, Tyler's mother is the one who introduced my wife and I, and I couldn't be more proud of that your mom did it. And now that you're sitting in my garage doing this with me,
Yeah.
It's almost all come full circle. So it's awesome to have you, and it's awesome to have all you guys here. But let's go around the circle here, around the table. How long have you guys been playing?
Well, I've been playing guitar for 17 years now.
Holy cow!
Yeah. I've been playing in bands for about 10 years now. Been playing in Bordertown for about a year now. Playing a couple other bands before that.
So did you teach yourself? Did you take lessons?
Mostly self-taught. I've been fortunate to have friends, surrounded myself with friends that were really good and learned things from them along the way.
Acoustic, electric, all of it?
Mostly electric, but a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of acoustic too.
What's some of your favorite stuff to play, man?
I love Led Zeppelin. Slash is my favorite guitar player.
All right, I can dig that.
I come from more of like the blues rock kind of background, stuff like that. Went through a metal phase for a while in high school though, so I love Metallica and stuff like that.
What's one of your favorite songs to play on the guitar?
Man, well, right now probably our song Backroad King.
What's the hardest song you've had to play on the guitar?
One of the hardest songs I've had to
Remedy?
play. Yeah, Remedy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We, some of the harmonized guitar parts that we play can be tricky. We do Love Song by Tesla. That's got
right.
Some intricate. You want to make sure that you're in time and playing the right thing and the right number of times and things.
So let's go to bass.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been playing bass, my man?
I've been playing bass for a long ass time, man. You really want to know?
I do.
About 30 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long fucking time.
That's older than Tyler.
Yeah, that's far older. He's about my oldest kid's age, so yeah.
So you've been playing bass for 30 years.
30 years.
Where all have you played, man?
Man, I've been everywhere. I'm Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere, man.
I love it.
I've been all over the States, man. I played with a lot of bands, played with a lot of really big bands, big festivals, got a Jägermeister sponsorship at one point, and I got to live a pretty fun life up to this point, man.
So what's one of your favorite festivals you got to play at?
Mayhem Festival.
Where's that at?
It was a national tour. It was us, Whitechapel, Anthrax, Slayer, Slipknot,
Wow.
Motorhead was there. I mean, it was a big one, man.
So how'd you get involved in that?
Playing gigs, man. Just gigging my ass off. And, well, when I first started, you start playing covers. Everyone does.
Right.
When you're self-taught, you start playing covers. As soon as I was able to start writing, I started writing. I was probably 14 years old, So and I just always played original music. That's all I've ever done my whole life, basically. And it's not a big area, so you get to know people pretty quick. And there's a lot of talent in this area. We were just able to put it together, man, and then, like I said, once we had the right people in the group, we just played our asses off, man. I mean, we're talking 4 shows a week sometimes, and we have regular jobs, families. I mean, we did all this on our own.
Right. We'll get to that here in a little bit.
Yeah. So we got that. Once we got the Jaeger sponsorship, of course, that put us up on another level. We got to do some really cool things, but eventually you got to grow up and raise your kids and whatnot. I know. It's poison in your ears, but got to get done. But here we are now. The kids are raised, and I'm back.
You're having fun again, aren't you?
I'm back out here with Bordertown.
Back in the saddle.
Yeah, luckily, I started having kids when I was super young. I know that sounds stupid now, or then, but it's a good idea now. But now I get out and play, jam with these dudes, like super talented group of guys, man. And
you're having a lot of fun, aren't
having
you?
a fucking ton of fun, dude.
That's
it's
awesome.
Great, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to drums. Jarrett, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been playing drums?
I've been playing about 18 years. I think it started
Half his life.
when I was 14. So, my dad was a drummer. He taught me up until he ran out of things to teach me, and then I kind of took over with internet videos.
Not better than his daddy, is what he's trying to say.
I'm not claiming that. I'm not claiming it. He's a good drummer.
Did your dad play in bands too?
He played with bands, but I don't think he ever played out a whole bunch. So.
Okay. Okay.
He did.
So what's one of your favorite songs to beat the drums to?
I'd say my all-time favorite song is probably I love the Kansas song, Carry On Our Wayward Son.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
My old man's favorites too.
Yeah.
Why is it one of your favorites though?
I couldn't pin it down exactly, but
Could you get a really good bass player?
It's got different sections. The song has different sections, so you get to do a lot of different things.
I love hearing that sound when we're doing these interviews because that's what it's all about, my friend.
Yeah. But that's probably one of my favorite songs.
So you guys have collectively been so many different ways. Tyler with 5 years experience, 17, 30, 18. Now you guys are all together, mixing this all together as one as Bordertown and Company. Let's talk about how you came together.
Well, really, it's, for anybody listening out there, it's kind of boring. I was working out of Exit 210, which is now, obviously, that's our home turf, that's our place. I was working out there, been working out there for going on a decade, and I'm actually working with Josh's wife. She's a server / manager and stuff there, and I'm back in the kitchen, and she knew that I was
Because you like to eat, or are you working?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows I like to eat. I mean, come on. But no, she knew I was into music and stuff, but knew I didn't really have anything cooking, and she knew how talented Josh was and stuff, and just kind of fused it together. And I got to the point where I started cooking his pizza personally when he'd come in on lunch, and going out there just kind of talk to him a little bit. What's up, man? You doing anything? You want to play? You want to jam sometime? Blah blah. And it just kind of I kind of greased him up a little bit, and it was a 2-for-1 package, which is cool because I've known Kylan for a long time, but just knowing him didn't really know him.
Right.
Known of him, and he played with Josh, with Jake, in Cougar Trap, and they had some free time and stuff, and we just kind of got together one night and said, yeah, let's kind of jam. And we knew, like, pretty much the first time we got together, we was like, all right, we got something to work with here, because we didn't want to do just covers. We was really big on wanting to be an original band and writing stuff, and it just kind of took off from there. Really, what set it off was a show I was kind of in need, was Danville's Got Talent, and I'm like, man, they wanted me to come back and play, in the show. I kind of want to do it big. I want to do like a 3-song set and end the show big with a full band and everything. And we were the only ones that was doing something like that in the lineup. But I only had one problem. I didn't really have a band. And,
Well, that's an issue.
But, I buttered the biscuits good enough, apparently, up to this point, because,
Butter the biscuit's a good thing to do.
me and Josh, at this point have, we know each other. We know we can jam together and stuff like that. And he kind of helped me assemble the group. And that's where Jarrett falls into this is, he just, man, we need a drummer. We're like a week out. Right, it was like a Sunday.
Yeah, it was a week before.
And we was playing this show on a Friday night at the Fisher, and we didn't have a drummer. And he's like, "Well, I got somebody in mind. I'll call him." Called him. He put the songs on in his car on the way to us, and we haven't got rid of him since, man.
He knocked
been
him
right
out.
here,
Hold on.
just knocking it out.
You
from
listen
day
to the
one.
songs on the way
From Westville to South Danville.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
picked it up that quickly.
That's a bad man right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the drum.
So are you
the
able to
drums-
do that
Yeah.
pretty easily?
Yeah, I don't need to know the key of the song. I don't need to know anything. I just get the
Tempo.
rhythm, get the rhythm of it, and
He's got a good bass
you
player.
can go a long way.
Well, and it does go a long way. I mean, like when I started this with Josh, I told him like, man, I got a lot of ideas, but I'm a young buck, and you gotta like kind of carry me through this stuff, and he does. He's the field general when we go out there. He's the quarterback of the team. When we go out and play any show, he sets the tone with the rhythm, the count, the songs that we're playing. I mean, anything. I mean, he's Pat Mahomes.
Having an old ass guy in the band is not always a bad thing.
Yeah,
I
Thanks
feel
for
you,
the
man.
Mahomes.
Hey.
Thanks for the Mahomes reference. Too.
yeah.
Hey, we're the same
he's
age,
Pat
so I
Mahomes.
feel you. I feel the old guys, man. We know the tricks.
Sure.
Tricks
We've
of the
been
trick.
through it, man. We've been through it.
So when did everything come together as one though?
Everything kind of came together that week. I mean, Jarrett came over. He sat behind the drums. I mean, it wasn't like a 6-hour rehearsal, man. We was in there for 2 hours.
It was really
and
that
when
night
we
at the
left-
Fisher. We played that show at the Fisher, and all of us were like, "This is badass. This is fucking good,
We had like a
man."
month to get ready for that first gig.
There's another one for you.
Thank you, appreciate that.
But no, it was. We had that rehearsal. We left all that night from our buddy's place where we was rehearsing. And was like, all right, okay. We got kind of have some mixed emotions about it. Everything was pretty solid, but you just throw the A team together 3 days, 4 days before or something. But we went out and played the show, and it went really well. And pretty much after that, we just all looked at each other like, yeah, we could do this. This would be pretty cool.
That's awesome. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come right back and hear and learn about some of their music, some of their songs, and how they came about writing those songs and the emotions behind it. So we'll be right back here on Backroads and Barstools on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Hey, thanks for listening to Clubhouse Lounge Radio today and supporting the station. Whether you're at home, at work, or on the road, you can take Clubhouse Lounge Radio wherever you go, streaming 24/7 at chlradio.com and on our app. Hey, don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you follow us. And if you've got an event, an upcoming show, if you got a business special, make sure you join our Facebook group. That way you can post all of your stuff in there as well so everybody knows and can help us grow the station as well. All right, back to the music now, right here on Clubhouse Lounge.
One radio station.
Check it out.
Only one radio station gives you all the essentials of music. Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Welcome back to Backroads and Barstools here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. I'm your host, Keith Gibson. Along with me, Bordertown and Company. We got to meet them and get to know a little bit about them here in the first segment. Yeah. So now we're going to talk a little bit about their music and where they come from, what they like to play, where they kind of get their inspiration. So guys, let's talk about this. You've got some great songs out there. They're in rotation on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. They play on Sunday nights right after this, so make sure you tune in. You can hear their songs. But where do you guys draw your inspiration from? I know you like to write your own songs. You do some covers too, I'm sure, when you're out and about playing gigs. But your original stuff, where do you draw your inspiration from?
For me at least, I know the group is just not necessarily all over the place. It's just we're different walks of life, and all different music genres flow through us. But for me, I can speak on. I really fell in love with music. I fell in love with dusty old country, man. Like the first time I sat in my grandpa's Chevy S10 and he put in a Merle Haggard tape. And I heard this old guy just moaning the blues, and I watched the guy tougher than nails growing up, but I thought was just, the epitome of a man, sitting there kind of teary-eyed on the way home as we're driving home and stuff like that. Just listen to Merle Haggard. I realized at a very young age that music does something to people that
Without a doubt.
you just really honestly can't explain.
You can't. And Tyler, that's a great point because your music, it can dictate a mood. It can dictate your day.
100%.
It can, and depending on what you're listening to,
decisions that you make in a day.
that's exactly right.
100%.
And if you're in an angry mood and something angry comes on, it's going to fuel that anger.
Yeah.
But if you're in having a hard time and something can pick you up too. So yeah, that's a great point, man.
Yeah, and I mean, going off of that is just for me was I wanted to in a way do something to people that Merle Haggard did to my grandpa. I wanted, when I took the stage, people like for a minute told their friend, hey, shh, and they tune in, they want to watch. And like with the country stuff for me, I'm country rooted. I know, from 70s all the way up to current, and that's just my way of reaching back out to my family. I mean, that's what I was raised up on. I was raised up on hip hop and rock and I mean, literally everything, but really what touched me and told me I need to get into music was country music. So I think they just have the best stories to be told. And really, my golden rule in country music is if you can tell a good story and just have a badass band backing you up,
That's exactly right.
you're doing
Man,
exactly
that's
what you
one
got to
thing
do.
It's
So,
lost a lot these days with this new music too, and this may be my opinion. You guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong. Lyrically, there's not a lot of great things out there right now. A lot of it's the same stuff out there, and so when I hear something like you guys when you come out with your songs, or some of these amazing talent like Joe, you talked earlier, but all the talent we have around here, lyrically, it's all coming from the heart. You can feel it.
Yeah.
well,
And with this pop stuff, this top 40 stuff, it's not.
Yeah.
I think the problem is there's too many, there's too many like holds on what you can and cannot do. I mean, really, music never started like that, so why the hell are we making it that way? If you got something to say, that's probably your best vent session is putting it in a song and putting it out there. And a lot of the reason why we have bad music, I feel like, is because there's a fabrication mold of what should be and what shouldn't be. And if you do not fit that mold, you kind of get criticized. And Hardy is a good example of that. I mean, the guys wrote everything in country music for some of the bands going back to 2012 to now. And some of your favorite songs you've heard, Hardy probably wrote it, but he gets criticized because he kind of lives on the edge and does what he wants. And his music's good because he writes down what he lived and what he went through and what he did, not trying to fit a mold. And that's one thing that I know this group, we don't try to do. We write about and do what is going on currently.
A little off subject, but I want to get your guys' opinion here too. Has Nashville, because I feel like Nashville as far as countryside, and maybe for entire music side, they have put everything in a mold of what they want and what they really expect to. It's not what music is; it's what they think everybody wants to hear.
Yeah.
So they're trying to dictate the genre of music everybody hears.
Right.
So do you feel that same way, or do you feel like Nashville's not the same Nashville?
I didn't really at first. In fact, I've never been a country guy. I was not country. I grew up.
Well, I figured playing with Anthrax and
Iron
those
Maiden's
guys,
my
I
favorite
figured
band.
not.
If you get in my truck right now, you're probably going to hear Slayer, Iron Maiden, or something. I was not even interested until I heard Tyler sing. I heard his lyrics, and it totally flipped the fucking switch for me, man. So I was like, okay, I can get into this. And I just kind of immersed myself in it and the cool part is, I've been playing the same shit for so long.
Right.
That, like, now I'm taking on a genre that I've never even listened to, really. And, like, it's
like a new world of music.
It's like I'm learning the bass all over again, but I'm fucking badass at it this time.
So let me ask you. So when you're playing, then is it a feel now? Because you played so much rock and everything
Right.
before. So when you're on that bass, is it more of a all right, kind of a dig in?
So what I've found after all of this, and I don't know if this applies to drums and guitar or not, but as a bass player, it doesn't matter what the genre is. It's just playing the bass. And I just love playing the bass. I don't give a fuck if it's polka or metal. I'm playing the bass. I'm happy.
Polka?
You know what I mean?
Polka?
I'm with it.
All
I'm
right.
with it. I don't give a shit. I love, I just love the bass, man. But so he sold me on this whole country thing, and I've immersed myself in it, and I'm learning so much. It's like, and that's what I love about it. It's reinvigorated my interest in the instrument, and I'm approaching it with a whole different philosophy on what I've done for the last all these years. So now, like, I'm totally immersed in it, and I'm loving it, and I'm thinking Nashville is essentially the center of the universe right now.
Right.
It's L.A. in the 80s is Nashville now, right?
Right. That's
Yeah.
a great,
That's such
great
an old
analogy
thing
right
to say. I just want to put
Right,
that on
it's
the
what-
record.
It's
That's
what it
such an
is, right?
old thing to
It's
say.
what it is. It's the center of the entertainment universe now. So when I got into this, I'm thinking, well, hell, we're 6 hours from Nashville. This is great. This is all going to work great, you know. So I'm thinking Nashville's the way to go. But then some of the bands that we have played with that are not from Nashville, we played with like the Lowdown Drifters out of Texas and several others that have come through the area and we've been lucky enough to play with. And it does not fit the Nashville mold, man.
No.
It does not. And as I'm watching more and more of this, I'm learning, you know, I'm new to this whole thing. And I'm really liking what's happening outside of Nashville. As
That
opposed
red
to
dirt,
inside of
black
Nashville.
dirt country stuff that's not the prototypical stuff in Nashville is really probably in the last 6 months really taken off.
Yeah, and I mean, I
Right.
want to give a shout out to Colton Taylor on that because he, you can hear it in his music too.
Mm-hmm.
He says screw the mold. I bring out good music, and I mean, he's doing his thing.
He is, yeah. And he was at Summer Shakedown last weekend.
Yeah,
Colton's a
great
fantastic
player,
guy,
man.
big
Great
supporter of the
player.
station, so we appreciate him too, as always. But yeah, I agree with you. That is a great analogy. I never really put two and two together until you just said that. Nashville right now is L.A. of the 80s.
Sure, yeah, man.
And everybody wants to get to Nashville. That's why Nashville's grown so much.
Yeah.
But it's almost getting to the point where for guys like you and a band like you guys, you're getting shunned out of it because that's not what Nashville wants.
Well, I mean, like you could just. The only thing that really keeps us trucking with the momentum that we got is if you're good, you're going to get found.
Yeah.
It don't matter where you're at. So,
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, you do have to be able to be open to them channels that you may not have in your hometown or something like that. But you, at the end of the day, if you're good, somebody's going to dig you. Somebody's going to find you.
Well, I feel like
and-
when we play Nashville, they'll be asking us to play Nashville.
Right.
We're not going to be asking them.
Right. That's the exact point. Yeah, that's great. So
and we say that as humbly as possible too. I mean, like, it's not like we know right this second that we can go take over Nashville or anything. It's just a matter of somebody's got to be the one to stand on the narrative.
it's a matter of
saying-
when, not if.
Yeah,
Right.
and
I get that.
And you got to stand on the narrative of saying we'll get there because we wanted to get there.
Hey,
not-
man.
We get there because we earned it.
If anybody understands that more than me, I've worked on this for 3 years, and here we go.
yeah,
You know, so
absolutely.
it's fantastic. I get that. Let's talk about drums, guitar. Let's talk to you guys. Where do you get your rhythm? Where do you find your piece at? Like, you guys are our country, but you're also rock. Right. You bring in a lot of rock into the guitar and into your songs. What is that like? Where does your inspiration come from? I know you talked earlier about Slayer being there and that, but when you're playing with these guys, what are you feeling?
Well, for me, a lot of things that are blues driven, anything that has like a blues bass or blues driven is kind of where I drive my inspiration personally. So to me, that's kind of the middle ground. If you're looking at country and rock, blues, any good element of music, I think is going to have that.
That's a good segue, blues between
Yeah.
country and rock. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and so I get that completely. So what about drums? Because there's a different beat between going rock
Yeah.
and then going country, and you've got to find that thin line, I guess, if you'd say. Am I right on that?
Yeah, you can't overplay a country song. It's going to sound awful. So, yeah, I grew up listening to nothing but rock up until I got into high school, and I started listening to a bunch of bluegrass and other fringe things. But
Smoking weed.
no, I did not. But
on the record, Jared Reed did not smoke
But
weed.
yeah, I probably for the last 5 or 6 years, all
all of the new music I've listened to is Tyler Childers and Sturgill Simpson and all the guys that are putting out the country music that I can get into. And then I wasn't going to play in any more bands, but
Here you are.
They called me, and I'm stuck with it. So.
Surprise, brother.
Are you having fun though?
Oh, I'm having fun. Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I do
That's
have
all
fun.
that matters. Hey, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna hear one of your songs, and then we're gonna talk about it. How about that?
That sounds good.
All right, you're listening to Backroads and Barstools right here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Do you want your business to have the naming rights to the Clubhouse Lounge Radio studio? Well, now you can. Reach out to me, Keith Gibson, owner and operator of Clubhouse Lounge Radio, at clubhouselaungeradio@gmail.com, or send me a message right on our social media channels. Own the naming rights to the Clubhouse Lounge Radio studio for only $100 a month. Now back to the music on Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
I love the variety.
Upbeat, feel good music. Your number one choice for upbeat variety at work, at home, or on the road, or while you're sleeping. Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Back here on Backroads and Barstools with my good friends, Bordertown and Company from over in Vermilion County. And we are special tonight because we get a debut of their brand new song, their brand new recorded track called Wannabe. And gentlemen, the sound of magic. The sound of magic here on Backroads.
I had to
and
time it
Barstools.
right, man.
Yeah, that was great
right
timing.
after Wannabe. That was
Yeah, great timing. But yeah, we got Wannabe coming up, brand new recorded track. And you guys have said you played this out a little bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And so we're gonna hear this.
Yeah, we've been working on this one. We've been working on countless others, and I want to highlight one of our members that's not here with us today. He's not here by choice. He's out making money. He's gigging himself. Mr. Jackson Dylan Fish on our rhythm guitar. He's been a big help. He owns the shed, so
he's the man at the shed.
He's been a big help coming in for us, and I want to shout him out as well. He's a hard-working man. You can catch him if you ever want to see some good country music solo acts. You can catch him at Route 1 every other Thursday, I believe. I don't want to give you any dates or anything like that. Check his page out. Check our page out. We plug our family, so definitely go out and see him. And sad he couldn't be here with us today, but we understand. He's making money.
That's what it's all about. It's making that money,
absolutely.
man. Making that money. All right, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The brand new recorded track from Bordertown and Company. This is Wannabe.
I'm down now, and I'm hating myself. I gotta take it back to what I know. And I'm in a situation I can't crawl out. And we needed room to grow. But it's a
right, gentlemen, that was Wannabe right here at Clubhouse Lounge Radio, the big debut from Bordertown and Company. Make sure you listen to it. Make sure you download it. Make sure you tune it in. Make sure you tell them how awesome the song is. Guys, I feel a little blues in there. I feel a little rock. I feel a little country. I felt a little bit of everything listening to it. How did it all come about?
So Wannabe, I actually, I got to give a shout out to my buddy here. None of this would be possible without him. You know, I started this with him, Bo Siddons.
Bobo.
Bordertown Bo. Got together with him, man, I worked with him, and we actually hated each other. Ended up parting ways from the job and everything. He called me one day, he was like, hey, you know, heard you said you jam, and I was like, yeah, I like to sing, so I got together with him, and we wrote pretty much the whole discography that's out to this point, and this song is one as well. I got to give a special shout out to Donnie Toth as well. This is his lick. He's been playing, you know, modified for years, but we got together, we wrote this song within a day, and then when I brought it to these guys, man, we just fell in love with it and made it our own, and I kind of wrote the song, the lyrics based off, you know, obviously if you've heard the sone, about a woman, go figure, you know.
No way.
Yeah. But really we realized that the tone of the song and the way that it was going, it could really be a slamming song. It ain't got to be really a love song so much, and you can still get your point across. And like I said, when I got with these guys, we took it and ran with it and really made it our own.
Well, I think it's a fantastic song, and
Thank you.
You can feel it. And that's what music's all about, man. If you can feel what you're listening to, and it makes you feel something, then you hit the right chords, and you guys have hit them out of the park. Along with your other songs you got out there, let's talk a little bit about them as well. You've got some songs out there, including Asphalt Cowboy, right?
Yep.
You've got, what else you got out there right now?
We got Don't Blame It On Me.
Well, I always blame it on you. I mean,
most people usually do.
You're
That's,
not
I
wrong
think,
to
that's
do
kind
that.
of the preface for writing the song. So
That's why he's complaining about it.
you know, we got that one, and we got Heartache Home, which is probably one of my closet favorite jams that we do, man. I love that
something.
song. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys are great songs. I'm going to tell you, my personal favorite, up until now, I love Wannabe. I got to listen to it and everything, is Asphalt Cowboy. I just think that it's a great song. You guys are putting out some great music. I'm excited for where you guys are going to and what you're doing. What are we working on right now?
So, honestly, real quick, too, off that sidebar with Asphalt Cowboy, Blame It On Me, once again, shout out to Bo Siddons. I mean, when we sat down, we kind of just looked at these songs as like, man, what do people want to hear? What do they need to hear? And also, what makes us authentic where we don't have to reach? And Bo did a very good job of that with me, just being able to sit down and be relatable when we wrote these songs, and that's kind of fueled the process going forward with my writing, at least with these guys, and really just anybody that comes along and likes to write, because what we're working on now has kind of gotten more intricate. You know, we've looked at ways of saying things in a different manner. Instead of just the
implement
basic
all the different
lines.
styles.
So
Yeah.
instead of calling me a fatty, you just call me large. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you know, there's
Yeah,
different,
we'll find
there's
different
different
ways.
aspects of how you say things.
Yeah,
you know,
different
and,
delivery. It's all about the delivery.
It is, and
And
you guys are doing a great
So
job.
here in a couple weeks, we're looking to go to. We're getting into High Cross Studio with Anthony Gravino.
Okay.
I assume you know this guy. He's got a hell of a pedigree and a great looking studio, man. We were super excited to get in there. We'll be laying out the rest of this album we're going to put together, and hopefully here in a few months we're going to have the full force of Bordertown available
we
to
can't
the masses.
So let me ask you, when you guys go in the studio, because there's so many different elements when you go into putting a song together. Like you just don't go in and record a song and people think, oh, here it is. You each go in individually too and record your parts, don't you? Then put it all together.
It's really up to the producer, man. I mean, I've worked with a lot of producers throughout the years, and they all like to do it different. You know, typically it's, you know, we'll all get together and jam and focus on recording the drums, and then I'll come back and lay a bass track. And then there's guys that like to get the whole band recorded all at once and just go back and overdub any corrections that need done. I mean, there's just so many different ways of doing it, man. And I mean, all the music that people listen to on the radio, especially non-musicians, musicians listen to music different than non-musicians. You know?
I know that.
I mean,
yeah.
and it's kind of a blessing and a curse in that, you know, when you're not a musician, you listen to music, you love it, and it's great. But as a musician, you listen to it and you kind of pick it apart, and you kind of know where things are happening that in the studio. And I mean, it gets in your brain a little bit.
I completely understand that, Joe, and here's why. So I wrestled. I think you found that out from Tyler earlier, and you guys saw
Yes,
it when
sir.
he came in here.
Yeah.
I watch wrestling differently now after being in the ring. I can see where things are going. I see what's coming
You
up.
understand it better.
Yeah, and you can tell. I'm not gonna lie. It's not as much fun watching it anymore as it used to be.
Exactly.
Because
that's why I said it's a blessing and a curse.
It
know?
is.
I mean,
It is.
It's
And
great
so
to
I
have
feel
that
that.
knowledge, but there is something, an innocence, I guess, lost in what you're hearing.
Well, and a cool thing with us too, like especially, I can talk current time period. We're going through this right now. Is we come from so many different backgrounds and so many different things that when we jumped into this and we said we was going to go original, we went full throttle. That was this man making Menards trips. Shout out to Menards.
Say big,
You know,
money. And if you want to sponsor, go ahead, Menards. We'd be happy to have that happen.
Hey,
too.
we'll bring you on board, man.
Yeah.
But we took it upon ourselves to say, you know what? Let's kind of experiment with this. We built our own studio, and that's the first recording, Wannabe, that you just heard out of that studio in-house. We've shipped it off with a couple different people and had some, you know, I don't want to
Different
discredit
mixes,
them people.
Different
We've-
mixes done.
Right.
had
Yeah,
some
you
mixes
got
done,
to.
but
You got to.
We came in and, you know, with the knowledge of this guy, he's not just a bass player. He came in and built us a whole soundproof studio that we could use.
That's awesome.
And it gave me a sense of pride too. Is I just watched the documentary on the Leonard Skinner, the Hell House, and it's like we got the shed, man. We invested in ourselves.
Right.
We got the shed. We're putting out music, and I mean, you guys tell us what you think. I mean, that Wannabe that came out of our doing, and you know, we're proud of that. We stand on that. So that's what's unique about what's going on right now. Is, you know, we are getting in the studio with Anthony Gravino, and we're extremely grateful and gracious to be doing it. But it's cool that we're also doing it ourselves as well.
So I got a challenge for the four of you. And I've been thinking about this, and this is part of the reason I asked you over here.
Uh-oh.
I want Bordertown and Company to make my theme song for Backroads and Barstools.
Done.
You already got it. It's already done.
Yeah.
I already got the song for you.
You didn't even have to ask.
Back Row King, baby. Already got it.
Hey, let's put something together and let's get it. And I've got some stuff I want to get to you guys too that I've written and I've kept. Believe it or not,
Bring it on, Keith.
I've got a spiral notebook full of stuff I've wrote over the years. I can't play. My fingers are too short. They're like sausages
I know.
to play guitar. I can't play the drums because my arms are too short to reach
Hey, the man
cymbals.
can sing some Seeger though.
I can.
He can sing some
a little bit.
Seeger.
I'm not a
That's
singer.
something.
I
That is-
entertain. Let's get this right.
That is not nothing, man.
I'm better at
That
right
is-
set,
that is
Fred.
something.
I'm too sexy in the Humpty Dance, if you know what I mean.
Oh, you got to give us a verse if you're going to do that. You can't start
Stop
it.
what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image of the style that you're used to. No, you know, hey, but no, it's all about fun here on Backroads and Barstools. But that's what I want from you guys. I want you guys to help me come up with a theme song. We need a theme.
Done deal.
Okay, let's do
Hey,
it. Let's
and
have-
that brings up another bullet. You ask us what's cooking right now. I want to give a shout out to our buddy Quentin Watson. We partnered up here recently with a mixed martial arts fighter, and he's actually got a really big fight coming up. It's a great production going on. I don't want to get it wrong, but I do believe it's Franklin, Indiana. Possibly Terre Haute, one of those two. Just look it up on Facebook. He's one of our partners. We share his stuff all the time. He's actually going for his first title fight,
nice.
and we back the blue around here. He's also
you better believe that.
he's also a local cop, and he's just trying to make his name back in the ring. And he's a heavy hitter. We did his intro and theme song when he walks out. So
That's awesome. That's
we
awesome.
got a good partnership with Quentin Watson. Look him up. Doomsday.
Will you tell Quentin, Backroads and Barstools just isn't for musicians.
Absolutely.
Let's bring him on.
We gotta get
Let's
Quentin
get
in
Q
here.
on here and let's talk to
Yeah,
him.
let's get him on.
We'll get
man, for
Doomsday
sure.
in here. Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be a fun time because I love doing. You know, I've done some ring announcing. Imagine that. I know that's hard to believe. But you know, I've done a couple of UFC, cage fights and things like that. It's fun, and I love getting those kind of guys in here because it gives a whole different perspective.
Absolutely.
When you're talking music and entrance music and things like that. So that's badass, man.
Absolutely.
That's badass.
Absolutely.
So, hey, we're gonna take a quick break. We're going to come back and wrap it up with Bordertown and Company right here on Backroads and Barstools and talk about where you can find them, not only on social media, but where you can hear them live in concert. All right, we'll be right back here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. It's Keith Gibson inside the Clubhouse Lounge Radio studio. Don't forget, you can make donations right to Clubhouse Lounge Radio by Venmoing us at CHL Radio. Drop a donation and we'll drop you a free t-shirt. That's right, you make a donation of over $20, we'll drop you a free t-shirt. So make that donation today and help us help you keep the music alive right here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Rock on. This is Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Wrapping up an episode of Backroads and Barstools here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. I am Keith Gibson, your host and owner and operator of Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Coming up next, after we get done with Backroads and Barstools, we've got 3 hours of local music for you, so make sure you tune in, stay tuned in, and enjoy that. Don't forget to download our app on Android or tune in at chlradio.com. For Backroads and Barstools, follow us on social media and follow us on YouTube. We got a lot of great things coming up, including other shows. Our Clubhouse Cafe morning show from 7 to 9 a.m. every day of the week. We've got the Retro Rewind Fridays and Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. playing your best hip-hop from the last 30 years. And then we've got, of course, our Backroads and Barstools every Sunday night from 6 to 7 and our local music spotlight from 7 to 10. All right, Bordertown and Company, you have been gracious enough to give me your presence here in the Clubhouse Lounge studio. We love your new song, Wannabe, awesome. Where can people find you now, out and about? What gigs do we got coming up? Where are you playing?
So we got a variety of different things coming up. Like I said, we're getting in the studio and we're going to really dedicate some time and grind with some individuals that we really need to grind with, and that's coming up here shortly. I know in the next coming month, we do have a couple local gigs coming up. One particular, August 24th, out at Rosie's there in Vermilion County.
Man, if you've never been to Rosie's.
I love Rosie's.
You know Rosie's.
I love Rosie's.
Everybody knows
It's the coolest
Rosie's.
goddamn place
and
ever, man. It's so cool. The owner's cool as hell. It's a great little place.
It's going to be one of those good old backwoods shindigs with your boys. So
yeah, it's a cool ass
August
place,
24th, definitely come out for that.
It's a hidden gym, that's for damn
It is.
sure.
It's
Yes,
a hidden
sir.
gym,
Yes,
absolutely. And we're actually, that's probably one of my most exciting shows coming up, and just going and playing Rosie's. I know that crowd's going to be awesome
It's
out
gonna be
there.
wild out there, man.
It's going to be a good time. So that's the one I can tell you right now for sure. Come on out, support. We do have a couple other local gigs. Other than that, man, I just refer you to the Facebook page. We always kind of fly by the seat of our pants. We never know what we might book, what we might not, just coming up that ain't posted. So just check that Facebook page, and we'll keep you updated as much as possible.
Well, I got another surprise for you, all 4 of you.
Ruh-roh.
No, it's a good surprise.
Oh, I like good
Those are good
surprises.
kind.
On chlradio.com, you can find Bordertown Company as our Artist of the Month.
Hey!
How about that?
So we'll have their new
Bada
song,
bing.
Wannabe, right there on the website.
Thank
So
you,
you
sir.
can
Thank
listen
you.
to that anytime you want. Just go in there. You're going to have a little bio on them. We'll have some information. We'll have their link to their social media pages. Link it up. Follow them on Facebook, on social media,
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you where you want to be is at the Clubhouse Lounge.
That's right. It don't get better than this.
It
buddy.
don't get better, man.
That's the
And
same
this,
right
this
there.
is where great people become good friends.
What a beautiful
This
Saturday,
is going
man.
all over. Yeah, I love it. This is great.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. That is Bordertown and Company. You can follow them on Facebook and social media. Go to chlradio.com. That will be our August Spotlight Band of the Month, our Performer of the Month. We appreciate you guys so much. We look forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
what
Thank you
great
for having
things you're doing, kicking that damn door down in Nashville
Yes,
soon.
sir. Yes,
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This has been Backroads and Barstools on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. I'm Keith Gibson. We'll see you next week.
More music right now. More music right here, right now. Clubhouse Lounge Radio.